Gresham Matters, and I am your host, Melanie Roberts. So now, finally, we're on season 2. I know, it's like taking forever. So originally we were going to have a season 1.5, like midway through season 1, but last minute I decided to change it to season 2 because, well, for me the whole point of this show is to help with my broadcasting, like TV host career someday that I have. So I want to try and do some things on my own, and I figured, well, why not start fresh? So that's why I start off with season 2. The reason why I'm doing an episode on the ASB candidates is because, well, for one, I wanted to know a little bit more about what the positions were like and why they are running for their position. And I think a lot more people should know about it too, because, this is Gresham High School, and, when you look at the posters and flyers around the school, don't you get curious and you want to know more about it? And so I wanted to get people pumped up for this election this Monday, so that's why I wanted to do it. So today, I had the amazing opportunity to talk to these people, so please enjoy. Today I'm going to be interviewing ASB candidates on their roles for next year. Right now I'm with Chloe Melton, and she wants to be ASB president. Now Chloe, tell me what ASB president does.
So ASB president is, they're in charge of the whole student body. So they work really closely with our advisor, who right now is Mr. Hart, but next year it'll be Mr. Gonowski. And so you work really closely on planning events, and you're kind of in charge of student council, and you work really closely with the Renaissance director as well, who's in charge of Renaissance. And you plan events that for the whole student body, and you're kind of a go-to person for the administration if they need help with any events or if they need a student's opinion as well. So they're kind of just leading the class and making sure that events are done on time, that people feel included in events, and just kind of help make sure that everyone is heard and feels welcome at Gresham.
Okay, that's really nice. So if you win the election, what kind of ideas would you bring to the table?
So I think that right now, and I think that there's a lot of people who might feel like left out of certain events, and so my goal is to try to get everyone involved in those events. And I think a good way to do that is through advertising, and I know some of our advertising is really good and sometimes it's not so great. So I think one big thing is social media. That's not like a huge thing for advertising, and also the TVs around the school. Hopefully next year we're going to have short videos for different events, like a little sneak peek, and have them on the TVs, which will be nice. So hopefully that'll make everyone feel really included, and that's kind of my ultimate goal, is to make sure that everyone feels welcome at things like the dodgeball tournament, and it's not just the athletes who get to do it, it's everybody. So that's kind of my ultimate.
So is that like why you want to be the ASB president, to get people more involved?
Yeah, that's one of my main reasons for wanting to be an ASB president, and also I just love leadership, and I think it's a really good way to further my leadership skills, I guess. And I just have always wanted to be ASB president from the time I was little too, because my dad works here, and so I grew up like coming to different events here and everything. And so from the time I was little, I would see the pictures above the main entrance doors, and I would always want to be up there. And so I've always just wanted to be like really involved.
Yeah, that's really cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now here's Ennie. He wants to do the ASB treasurer thing. So what is the role of that?
The role of ASB treasurer is that I manage the budget for this year. So if I were to win next year, I'd be managing the budget, and I basically just check the budgets of each of the classes and monitor their accounts, see if it's too low, and if it's too low, then I'll suggest ideas for fundraising.
Nice, it's awesome. So, if you win the election, what kind of ideas would you bring to the table?
I started this year, the sophomore class didn't have a lot of money, so it was really important that they started to get more money in for prom next year. So I suggested to them that they come up with a fundraiser. So if I win, I'd like to implement more fundraisers for the class. That way, not only they can benefit from it, but also the students at Gresham High School can benefit from it by participating in their fundraiser as well.
So why would you be a good fit for this role?
This year, I am already ASB treasurer, so I pretty much know what to do already. I remember the last ASB treasurer pretty much taught me what to do. I feel pretty confident about my ability and how to move further now that I'm already in it.
Yeah, that's understandable. Thank you. So I'm with Tio, trying to be ASB treasurer. So what is the role of ASB treasurer? Like, what do you know about it?
Sorry.
It's okay.
So the ASB treasurer, they like run a committee called Tech and Budget, and then they go and like tell the classes that they need to get their like budget report in, like how much money they have in their accounts and stuff like that. So they just like maintain budget of everything, and then the tech part, like there's people like behind the scenes at like the assemblies, like Steven. He has to make sure that the mics work and that they're set to the right frequency, and then yeah, like they figure stuff out like that, and then they have to go move out the bleachers like during the assemblies. So it's just like a whole bunch of like behind the scenes stuff.
Nice. So if you win the election, what kind of ideas would you bring to the table?
Well, I would first go talk to Mr. Bear because he's in charge of the TVs, and that's like a huge area to like bring back school. Yeah, improve severely. And then I would like talk to him about like maybe I can start being in charge of it and like updating that for announcements and like bring a new layout to it and like design, because his isn't really that. I don't know how that works.
It's okay.
It's not really elaborate or like.
It's all good.
Yeah. Like I went to Barlow, and then their TVs were like slideshows of what they did this year,
Yeah,
and
I
like
saw that.
it's more involved with
Yeah.
the students. And I don't think because he's more of like an authority figure, he has like student
Yeah, I got
relationships.
you. So why do you think you'd be good for this role?
Because I really want to bring back school spirit because our school is lacking in it at the moment.
I know.
Yeah. And then, so I think I can bring back school spirit, and I can do a lot more work that needs to be done right now and can be better done in the future.
I understand. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So, for your ASB Sergeant at Arms role, what is that kind of role?
Mainly it's to oversee all meetings that are happening in student council. So like this year, Maddie Huff is Sergeant at Arms, and she has been in all the prom meetings that we have had with the DJ and On-Way Broadway coming in, and they just oversee everything and make sure you're making good decisions, like choosing for like the whole school. And so like I would like to be able to do that and help with making the decisions and like help them tell them what decisions to make and just oversee everything.
And if you win the election, what kind of ideas would you bring to the table?
I would just like a big one is prom. So like just I'm planning prom this year as the junior class, and so like having that experience with that, and then next year overseeing all those meetings, I would be able to give them more ideas of like what not to do and what to do for next year.
Yeah. So why do you think this role would be a good fit for you?
I think it would be a good fit for me because I'm very helpful and I have a lot of good ideas, and it would just be very benefiting for ASB to have.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Your role of Sergeant Arms, is that what it's called?
So what I've known from the role of Sergeant Arms is that it is someone who is to go to most of the meetings that leadership class has and to make decisions and make sure everything stays under control.
Okay, nice. So if you win the election, what kind of ideas would you bring to the table?
If I win the election, some ideas I would bring. I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't not bring up ideas because some ideas that I was thinking about is like new things for new events like the Spring Fest and how we could do that and make it better for the school and so everybody appreciates it, and like assemblies that would be able to help come up with ideas for all the events we're gonna have.
Yeah, it's really nice. So why do you think you'd be a good fit for this role?
I feel like I'd be a good fit for this role because kind of like all my life I've kind of like helped people out because I know like helping and being able to be there for people and making decisions is a good thing, because I've worked with multiple kids like in the hub classes, and I've helped them a lot get through problems and stuff.
Okay, that's really awesome. Thank you so much, Heidi. So here's Maddie, and she's going to be publicity. She wants to be ASB Publicity's candidate. So Maddie, tell me, what is the role of being publicity?
Publicity manager mainly publicizes all like upcoming events and gets the word out there about after school and during school events.
Okay, awesome, nice. So, if you win the election, what do you think you'll bring to the table? Any ideas?
New ideas to publicize, like not just posters, but also like through social media.
Nice, awesome. So why do you think you'd be a good fit for this role?
Well, I like making posters, and
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think I'm creative when it comes to making things.
Awesome, nice, thank you. Perfect. Okay, I'm here with AB, and she wants to be ASB's recording secretary. So my first question is, what is the role of recording secretary?
Recording secretary, their job is to pretty much track all of like the meetings. They're supposed to write down what happens in all the meetings and keep track of pretty much anything that's talked about in student council and ASB. And so their job is just going to be there for the president and vice president and to keep track of everything and pretty much just record everything we do.
Nice. So if you win the election, what kind of ideas will you be bringing to the table?
I would like to increase, I'd like to try to find ways to increase school spirit and student involvement and find ways that students can become more involved outside of just Monday through Friday during school hours.
Yeah. So why do you think this would be a good role for you?
I think this would be a good role for me because I'm very organized and I think I could do a good job on keeping all of the information we have in order and also representing the whole school.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I'm here with Sydney, and she wants to be ASB's corresponding secretary next year. So what's the role of corresponding secretary?
Corresponding secretary helps out the recording secretary, and we just work together throughout the year, and I just assist her and I just help with the daily stuff in the class. So.
That's really awesome. If you win the election, what kind of ideas will you be bringing to the table?
Any ideas that would come to my mind. I just like new ideas. I don't like doing the same thing over and over again. Like I like bringing in new people each assembly. Like come up with new things each time, and yeah.
So then, why would you think you'd be a good fit for this role?
Because I have good ideas. Yeah, I have really good. I guess I have really good ideas.
I agree. I like the superhero poster thing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's really catchy.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
And I just like being a leader. And, yeah.
That's really awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm here with Courtney, and she wants to run for ASB corresponding secretary. So my first question is, what is the role of corresponding secretary?
Corresponding secretary is someone who helps plan assemblies, and we just lead by example for the whole school.
Awesome, nice. If you win the election, what kind of ideas will you be bringing to the table?
Well, I had an idea for Spirit Weeks. We could do like a fashion show have like the leadership students wear an outfit for one day, and then like have them all wear it for like the whole week and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So why do you think you'd be a good fit for this role?
I think I'd be a good fit for ASB corresponding secretary because I am very outgoing and I would be enthusiastic about GHS events to get more people involved, and I'm a good leader.
Yeah, that's awesome. Also, guys, check out the t-shirt for corresponding secretary.
Vote for me.